What's going on, everybody? I'm Ralli Roots.
I'm Ralli Roots.
And together
we are Ralli Roots.
Welcome to...
I'm married.
Oh, I'm not. Oh,
ladies.
Welcome to another video. So I put out a video this morning about stock trading that I've been doing, and that video got slightly more negativity on it than I thought it would. I mean, honestly, that video was purely meant to be a training tool. We were not paid to make that video at all. I was just trying to show you some other ways that we're currently trying to make money. So anyway, that being said, we are not the type of people to focus on negativity. So instead of dwelling on that, what I thought we could do is give back to the community, because whenever negatives happen, we try to just give back and get through it. So I posted on our Instagram, the first person to message us gets a free, no strings attached store review on eBay. And then I asked them if they would mind if we recorded the phone call and then shared the store review with you guys. So someone responded, and that's what this video is going to be. We're going to get them on the phone and just give advice on how to increase sales on their eBay store.
Yeah, Ryan told me about this idea, and I thought to myself, what an amazing tool to give to people. So we know a lot of people aren't going to actually do what we suggest that they do, but those of you that do what we suggest you do, I really think that as soon as you see the instant benefits, you'll really be glad that you took the time to do that, because this is what we tell our students. We're actually giving away something we teach our students for free here. And we hope that this tool, if you utilize our suggestions, that it really does help you, because we really want people to be successful.
Yeah, and we've probably done over the years 1,000 store reviews.
Oh, definitely.
So we definitely know some different little tips and tricks that will increase sales. So again, hopefully, this video is meant to be a helpful tool. So hopefully it helps you out. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Maybe share it with someone who has an eBay store who it could help them.
Definitely share it, because this is something straight up free information. Boom, boom, boom. You can really learn a lot from it. Just like make a couple of changes and then make some extra money.
Yeah. So let's get, I believe his name is Steven. I'm going to give him a call. Hey, Zero. Oh, she's just right behind you.
She's just going to hang out.
I'm going to give Steven a call. Let's get him on the phone and let's get the store review done. I'll screen share from my laptop as well, so you guys can see what we're looking at while we're talking about it.
It's a couple, right?
I think so. Yeah. Let's get them on the phone.
Hello.
Hi, is it Steven?
Hey, Ryan. How you doing?
Good. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
Good.
It's Wendy and Steven here.
Wendy and Steven?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
All
Very
right,
cool.
Allie and Ryan here.
Hey, Allie.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
Hey, first of all, guys.
Let me tell you. I feel like I'm in a relationship with you guys because we watch your videos. All the time. All the time.
Hopefully it's a good relationship.
It's a good one. Steven puts it on for foreplay.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, hey.
Let's keep this family friendly now.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing. Well, thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. No, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Cool. And you guys are cool with me recording the phone call?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're just going to jump right into it if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, and then one thing that I will say is don't take anything that we say too personal. We're just going to be very cut and dry. We have some things that we know work well, and we're just going to let you know. So.
Okay, that's fine.
Fair enough? Okay, cool. So, can you give me your store name again, please?
Broadway Baby, NYC.
Boom. Okay, cool. I have it up here. Sweet. Before I jump into this, do you guys have any big questions we can answer for you?
We were kind of just hoping to just like go with the flow and see what comes to mind, because we were just more so like nervous and we didn't.
Yeah.
No problem. No problem. Well, let me ask you this: how long have you had your store?
A little under a year.
Okay.
Nice.
We started in about May of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We started out as a table at first.
Okay. Cool.
We started with selling stuff from our home in front of our building, and it blossomed from there.
That's
to
awesome. Good job.
It just started off as like a little like soup sale. And
Okay.
then from there we just got so much love, and
That's
we
great.
saw the potential and we took it to the next level.
Cool. So the first thing I noticed is that you have 100% positive feedback, which is great. Keep doing that. Very good. The second thing I notice is now I'm on like the main page of your eBay store. So the front page, right?
Yes.
The first thing I notice is your banner and your logo. So the only thing I'll say there is you may want to redesign your banner, and this is a little thing, but you may want to
Okay, no, you're absolutely right. Something that
we did mention that.
Sure.
Did mention that.
So if you just if you look up what the dimensions are for that eBay banner, you can go to like a free website like canva.com, and you can design the banner there, download it, and upload it. It's super easy.
And it's really fun actually to do like the design for a banner and to put, you know, colorful things in because it catches somebody's eye and it makes your store more memorable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like yellow and red, that's eye-catching.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, Canva. You mentioned Canva.
Yeah, canva.com.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
totally
Thank you.
free, no problem. The second thing I noticed is that you have 298 items listed, and you have no store categories set up.
Yeah, I'm going to work on that now.
Good, awesome.
Cool.
So, and when it comes to store categories, we find that less is more. You don't want to put in like 1,000 store categories. Just put in main ones. I would say at least 5. Focus on that. You can use eBay's categories as well. That's fine.
But it's good to go based off
like
of
electronics, clothing,
Yep.
collectibles, such things as that.
Exactly.
Right, based off of like what you have in your store. So if somebody purely had clothing, we would say separate your clothing into categories such as women's, men's, shoes, and even go further if you have a lot of women's and a lot of men's stuff, do like men's sweaters, women's sweaters. But that's only if your store, for example, has a ton of clothing and only clothing. But since your store seems like a good mixture of things, I wouldn't say break down your clothing into many different sections. Like you can do women's clothing and men's clothing.
Yeah.
Or if you have a lot of jackets, do jackets.
Yeah, I learned from you guys, women clothing don't do as well as men, so we've been sticking to the men clothing, and we just getting into the men.
Okay.
Perfect.
So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to sort your items by recently listed. So the newly listed items, because I like to see how you're currently listing.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Just as you know, it's a little slow. I'm not able to post. I've been going into the death pile, reposting those.
No problem. I'm going to point out just a few quick things immediately before clicking into any items that I notice. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Number 1, your pictures. You should be taking them as square images. So
I saw him all the time.
Where?
square, one by one aspect ratio. If you use a phone like an iPhone to take pictures, you can swipe over to square mode and you'll see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to know. You write that down.
The second thing is you should also be taking them on a white background.
Okay, yeah, I just downloaded a new app that I seen actually on Instagram that wipes out the whole background, so I will be doing that.
Beautiful.
Perfect. And if you have like a wrinkly white sheet, that makes it even easier for it to remove the background.
Yep.
So you have your image on the white sheet. It doesn't matter how wrinkly it is because it will remove the background, but it does better removing the background if you do have it on a white-ish, location.
Yeah, but I repeat, we've been doing, the eBay account is, I guess, 90 days old. I think as of yesterday was 90 days old.
Okay.
So we've been on the eBay for 90 days. So I'm still learning.
Perfect.
We don't have tripods, and
That's
we're
okay.
doing a YouTube channel and white
Nice.
background. We're still learning as we go.
We're all still learning every day, so not a big deal. Not a big
Learn
deal.
something new every day.
Exactly. So the second thing I noticed, the most important part of an eBay, besides the pictures, the most important part of an eBay listing is the title, 100%.
Okay.
Your titles, I noticed that some of them are too short.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
you have to be very descriptive.
yeah, I mean, put in good keywords. Like this item right here, there's a Burma shirt. Let me look at that one quick. That title just says Burma, what's that? Bibas men's cotton shirt size extra large.
Yes.
So you definitely want to use more descriptive words, use more keywords in there. You could put like floral pattern, button front
Cotton,
shirt,
short sleeve.
all of
the
that.
reason I do that is just because I couldn't find the actual comp on that particular one, so I went to one that's similar and it sold with low description. So
Sure.
that's why I guess I picked that listing.
That's okay.
Yeah. And that's okay. We just want you to make your listing as competitive as possible with other people's listings. And don't forget, sometimes, a lot of times, people are searching for an item on Google. They're not even going into eBay. And so when you max out your title, it's called search engine optimization. That's where you hear that term SEO, that acronym. And you want to max it out because that SEO could get picked up on Google and send the search, and you could pop up in the search on Google in like the top like 10 or 5 even, and then that'll send the person from Google to eBay to your listing. So you always want to optimize your listing with the most keywords. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that helps.
Next.
It's also good to be as detailed as with anything, especially, it doesn't matter if we, in the item description, if we're as detailed as well, or it's not okay to leave it as it is.
That's fine. You can add more details in the item description, but most important is the title and the item specifics.
Okay.
So item specifics are as important now as the title, because if you don't have the right brand, or you don't have the size or the brand in your item specifics, if someone searches, if they're just browsing through eBay, let's say, and this shirt is a size XL, and you don't have XL as an item specific, if they're just browsing through extra large shirts, and that's not an item specific in your listing, yours won't pop up. Yeah. So very important to make sure your item specifics are in there. The other thing that I noticed, you have a guitar listed, a Fender guitar.
I actually found that in the garbage a month ago.
What?
And I'm just selling that part.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. Also that bomber jacket as well.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah, and that's actually a vintage army jacket.
Cool.
And it's going for a pretty good market.
Yeah.
So on that Fender guitar, the first part of that title is in all caps.
Okay.
You never want to do that on eBay.
Okay.
And what's the reason for that?
It's just that's directly from eBay. Google doesn't like it when a title is in all caps. I don't know if they think it's considered like spamming, or I don't know. But eBay,
I thought it would just stand out more.
And honestly, we used to list that way until eBay told us it's hurting our listings directly from eBay. They said that.
Maybe because it affects the SEO.
Right. So if you go back to like your the other shirt that you had listed there, that's fine. Each letter of the first word, or the first letter of each word as a capital letter, that's fine. Just don't list as all caps.
Okay.
Small little tweaks, but all of this stuff adds up.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. All right, now clicking into one of your listings, this is a huge thing that I noticed immediately. Why don't you accept returns?
Depending on the items, and I'm really kind of against the return policy, because some of my shirts, I know, why would I need to give it if I know it's a brand new shirt? You know how people are sometimes. I give them a chance for a month to return it. Somebody could wear it and actually just return it.
So eBay, if it's a brand new item like that and someone tries to return it used, eBay will actually protect you there, and you can you won't have to refund them for that. Not having any return policy eliminates half of the people that could be buying your item.
Yeah. A question on that.
Yeah.
Does that reflect on me becoming a top seller if I do not offer free returns?
Top rated plus, yes.
But I do have some listings that I do offer free returns. So
Yeah.
Is that okay, or I have to have majority of my listing needs to be?
It needs to be the
returned?
majority. Yeah. So and then the other thing is, I don't know if you're aware of this, but even if you don't have returns on, if you have no returns on, buyers can still open a returns. If they open a return as item not as described, they can still open a return, and you're forced to accept it. So there's literally zero reason to not have some sort of a return policy. You can do, even if you do the lowest one and do like a 14-day buyer paid returns,
Yeah.
fine, not a big deal. But you have to understand with eBay, other platforms aren't like this, but with eBay, that's part of doing business on the platform. You know, we sell thousands and thousands of items a year, and our return rate is less than 4%. So think about it that way. If you sell 100 items, you're only getting 4 returned, as long as you're listing the right way, describing the items clearly, taking good pictures,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me put that into perspective. So if you're selling 100 items, you're likely to only get 4 returns. But if you don't offer returns, you're only likely to sell 50 items.
Right,
So
if that.
wouldn't you rather sell an extra 50 items and only get 4 returns?
Yep.
right?
I wanted to ask, are there any items that you would say that we should keep it as no returns?
Maybe larger items like that guitar because that's for parts. Maybe something like that, yes. But just, again, be aware, even if it has no returns on, they can still open a return.
Yeah, I figured that.
Okay. But again, all of this stuff that we're telling you, totally suggestions. You can do some and not do others. We're just letting you know from experience what will increase sales. Fair enough?
Yes.
Yeah, and we just want to go through everything in case somebody else is doing the same thing as you and they choose to make that, change.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing a good job by putting best offer on your item, so good job there.
Okay.
One thing that I would suggest, the way that you're pricing as whole numbers. So this is like the shirts listed for $40 even. One little tweak that I would make is price it underneath a whole number. So price that at like $39.99 or $30.
Yeah, I knew it. I was told by someone that's in the advertisement that normally goes for like towards food. When you put like $4.99, it's more appeasing. But not when it comes to like maybe. But I'll give it a try.
So think about it this way too. If I'm on eBay and I'm browsing items by lowest price first, which a lot of people do, a $39.99 listing is going to pop up before a $40 listing.
Oh, look at that. See, algorithms and shit is crazy.
You're doing free shipping, which is good. You're doing paid shipping on larger items, which is totally fine. No big deal there.
I might start doing free shipping all across the board because now I started doing research on pirate ship.
Yeah,
they
pirate
do cubic. So I think I'm jumping on
cool.
pirate ship.
Yeah, just roll the cost of shipping into the cost of the item, and you're good there. Yeah.
I just ordered a thermal printer. Should arrive Friday.
Cool. All right, let's take a look. I'm gonna go. All right, so I'm looking at your listings. You have 298 results. I'm just gonna sort it by sold really quick. Okay, so. You have 100 results, 100 sold results in the last 90 days. So let's do 100 divided by what you have listed, 298. So you have a current sell-through rate of 33%, 33.5%, which isn't bad. That's not bad. If you took that number and you scaled it up, let's say you went from 300 listings to 1,000 listings, that's not a bad number. I would just maybe focus on, and again, that's with the way that you're currently listing, which is good. So if you do those little improvements, that number should increase as well.
Yeah.
We like to see a store closer to at least 50%. So you may want to do a couple things on your store, like use promoted listings. Are you doing that?
Yes, I use promoted listing, and I'm also able to list 500, so I'm only at 300.
Perfect. Oh, and make sure that you activate that eBay offer this month. You should see it in your eBay, in your My eBay. They're giving like 50,000 free listings this month.
Oh, I seen that due to everything going on. Yeah, I seen that.
Take advantage of that for sure.
Okay.
One thing that you can do with those free listings, is if you have items that have been sitting on your store for a long time, so let's say 90 days, you can end those items. So just end the item. You won't be dinged for ending the items. Just end them and then go into your ended items and click on sell similar and relist that same item again.
So it's sell similar.
Yeah.
Always sell
I know
similar.
a little trick on that. I watch all your videos. Trust me.
Good.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff we've definitely said in past videos. It's just kind of consolidating it all into one one place.
Yeah.
Okay. So promoted listings are good. Do you ever do any store sales?
No, I have not.
We just started looking.
You talking about markdowns and everything?
Yeah, Markdown Manager.
I really don't mess with the seller hub. I do everything mostly from my phone.
That's okay. I mean, I would say jump into Seller Hub maybe once a week and just play around with it a little bit. There's some good analytics in there. So
yeah. Okay.
Cool. What about sending out offers? Are you sending out offers?
All the time.
Good.
Every time I get it on the page, I send out an offer.
I actually have a question for that.
Sure.
When you get the seller offers, is it best to just send it right then and there, or give them a little time to like sit on it and then send an offer? Or when would be best?
So sending out best offers it's a fairly new thing, so we're still kind of experimenting with it ourselves. So what we found works best is to catch them at the heat of the moment. So send it out as fast as you can. Because sometimes people will be looking, they'll switch from your item to another item. While they're looking at another item, your offer will come in and they'll take it.
For the convenience.
So I was thinking that maybe they could sit on it, and when they're not thinking about it anymore, to just bam, hit them with it, and that way it reminds them that it's there again.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
sales, well, that just goes back to like sales psychology. Sales psychology says you never let someone leave the dealership if they're trying to buy a car, right?
Okay.
You always give them the offer there so that you can actually make the sale right in front of them.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Yep, I agree.
That makes sense.
What else? Do you notice anything else, Sweetie?
Pricing. Just make sure that you are competitively pricing and you're not picking items for comping for I guess just picking a comp price at like the highest end. Just make sure you're really in the middle ground, and your pictures, they're not like super professional and so you want to make sure and that's totally fine because you got to start somewhere.
Don't get me wrong, I sold a couple of items with my toes in it before.
That's
I
awesome.
tell you no lie.
I'll tell you.
I can't believe I put that out there. My toe literally in it. My daughter's in the background. Some of the items.
I've bought items that had
agree,
terrible
though, you guys are
pictures. Right. So I just want to say, just take into consideration that pictures are worth 1,000 words. So you do want to be very competitive. Don't pick something at the very high end, and don't be the lowest price, but you want to be in the lower. And especially with what's going on right now. Yeah, in the middle to lower, just depending.
Hey, this Rusty Wallace shirt is awesome.
Yeah, I actually had that up. I thought you guys were going to go live. What is the problem with that? I have it at, $45? I have 10 watchers, over 300 views. Why nobody pulls the trigger?
Vintage tees just take the right buyer. Your price is fine. I would maybe lower your price to just under $45. The picture.
I have Fire Patagonia vintage sweaters for $60. Nobody. I don't get it.
One thing with this NASCAR T-shirt, you have in the title you have full wrap. Instead of using that, I would use all over print.
All over print. I figured that.
Yeah.
And then again, I hate to say it, but you don't have returns on that item. So if someone's.
But will somebody actually return that? Somebody could wear it for a month and then return it.
It was already worn.
It's part of the.
It's a used shirt, anyways.
It's part of the game.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Just
take you guys
listen.
word for it.
At the very least, test it. Test it on items that wouldn't cost much to take the return. So test it on your first class items.
Okay.
See how that works. Test it for the next one.
Thank you notes make a difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
Always.
Very big difference. Even if you just print a bunch. On a piece of paper and just cut the piece of paper up. That's how we started doing thank you notes.
Yeah, that's what I was suggesting. And then we were just, figuring things out. We're still figuring it out.
Yeah.
Listen, the fact is you're out there doing it, which is awesome.
And I do have another recommendation because you have some good clothes in here. So I would recommend, personally, flat laying them on the ground, like I said, on the wrinkly sheet, and then just removing the background instead of hanging them on a door.
Okay, I'll do that.
I think that they're going to look a bit better that way and be a bit more presentable, especially like the all-over print ones,
right.
You want people to see it. You don't want it to have the waves in it. Yeah, it's all about presentation. People are just going based off the pictures and the description. They're not seeing it in person, so you want to really be competitive there.
So you see on the Instagram page, I'm in control of the Instagram page, and I take time with my photos. And Steven gives me a hard time on it. He's like, "Oh, just take the picture." I'm like, "No, it makes a difference." So I do staging. So I like to stage my items, and I tell him the same applies for the shirts and everything as well. So we will definitely look into that.
Yeah, pictures sell the item. That's the first thing people see. And on mobile as well. Sometimes people won't even click into the description. They'll just buy it based on the picture. So it's true. There's a reason why I don't take the pictures for us. There's a reason
why. You guys
why.
have Ben or somebody do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're better at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think
bring in the inventory.
Yeah, I think besides that, you guys are doing fine, and I think you have a lot to work on from that. Go back, even if you need to go back to some of your older items and retake some pictures. The one, if you don't retake pictures, the one thing that I really want you guys to do is go back and adjust your titles. At least do that. Do some more research.
No bold letters.
No caps.
Longer descriptions.
Correct.
And you can bulk edit those as well, so you don't have to click
Correct.
into every single one individually.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
And make
that's
it
the
faster.
Seller Hub, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you do choose to retake some pictures, do it by the highest priced items. Start there.
Okay.
You know,
I will do.
your best foot forward on your best items. I think.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, can you do me a favor? Can you check the body glove tank top? I want to know if you'd like it. If you do, I want to send it to you. To show
Sure.
my appreciation.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
I'll get you something, Ali, too. Just let me give it a chance to go out and go thrifting or something. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, you guys don't have to send me anything. That's
Nah,
just
man,
such
I
a...
appreciate everything.
Dang, that
In
is
1988,
so
that's the year we were
sick.
born.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's
82.
so
I'm
sick.
82.
But
Oh, wait, it's a small.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a small.
Yeah.
You're a large, correct? Medium, large?
I'm a large, yeah. Man,
The
that's so
material on
sick
this
too.
tank top is out of this world.
I love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
Dang.
Is that a Gold's
I would've
Gym
sent it to
body
you if it
glove?
was your size, man.
Oh, body glove. Okay.
So cool. But thank you. That's very kind of you. Very kind of
Anytime.
you. Do you guys have any other questions we can help you out with really quick?
What about shipping out large packages that don't
Sure.
fit into the into the envelopes?
Good
or-
question. So you would want to box it into your own box and more than likely ship it either with pirate ship or with FedEx.
So we have this big rolling case, and
It's a garment bag.
it's a garment bag. Pardon me. And we were I was telling Steve, and I said, well, maybe we could put it in a plastic bag and then wrap it up in paper. That way, it's less weight than an actual box. Would that be okay?
As long as the bag isn't going to get damaged, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would get damaged and transport that way, I think.
Yeah. Just be careful with that. I mean,
Yeah.
The boxes typically are only about 1.5 pounds.
Okay.
yeah.
So
And-
it's not worth risking,
Right.
you know, for the extra $3,
Right.
the item getting damaged and sending a full refund.
Yeah, yeah.
I would just,
Okay,
I would put it
I
in
have
the
a question.
Yep.
How, at a time like this, how do you guys source? Like, I'm interested in possibly maybe wholesaling or
Yeah.
buying in bulk.
So I actually, not this last video, but the video right before it, go watch that video because that's all about how we're sourcing right now.
Okay, I think I've seen that one, but I think I had to go into depth. But okay, that's fine.
Cool. Well, hopefully that helped you guys out. I know it's a little
Yeah.
bit of homework for you to work on, but I think it will. I think it will help increase your sales.
Yes,
Definitely.
it will.
Thank you
Cool.
so much.
And thank you again for your support and thank you for taking the time to let us do this.
Yeah.
Listen,
Okay.
whenever you guys come to New York, let us know.
Reach out.
We love
We
New
will
York.
take you guys out for a great time.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Trust me, we know the spots.
We
Cool.
will, yeah.
Cool.
When everything's
Little-
done, I
little
want to
bit
go to
there.
New York for like 2 weeks. And I
Yeah.
have a lot of family in New Jersey, so we could stay with family and come into the
Okay.
city, and then we can go and stay in the city.
Yeah.
So that's what I
Listen,
definitely
you
want
guys
to do.
can stay with us. We'll scoot over
Beautiful.
on the bed.
Perfect.
I love it.
Thank you.
Cool.
And the puppies too.
Yeah.
The puppers. Zero sleeping behind me on the pillow.
Yeah. Especially the way he breathes.
I know.
Well, you guys stay safe and stay healthy and try to stay positive, huh?
Yes, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right, you too now.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ralli Roots.
That was awesome. What
That was
sweet people.
amazing,
Good.
yeah.
I really hope that helped them out, and I hope that maybe you guys picked up some tips from that too.
Maybe we should do that once a month.
Yeah, I mean we can keep doing it. eBay's changing things all the time. So when we do
Right.
store reviews,
True.
the reviews we did 5 years ago are way different than the reviews.
Even
that
2
we're doing.
years
Even
ago.
2 years
And
ago.
I mean, promotion, how that works change. eBay changes their algorithms.
Yeah.
I mean, eBay's changing the way that their search engine finds items now.
Yeah.
So, like, if you type in size small, they're changing it so that it doesn't have to be in the title to propagate. It can just be in the item specifics
Right.
as that option is selected or checked off some way.
Right.
But right now, that's not how it is. So they're fixing things, and it will make the process a bit more streamlined.
But we'll promise to keep updating you guys. I think that was fun. I don't know why we haven't done a video like this before, but
I know. And then I hope they make more money.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button on this video. The last
the
video,
thumbs down
no, don't do
button.
that. The last video got lots of thumbs downs and it hurt my feelings. So, just kidding.
Well, I'm kind of glad though that
Yeah.
happened because you thought of something positive to put out,
True.
and look, we really helped. We helped them out
Yeah.
so much, so it's really cool that we turned something that was not as helpful as you wanted it to be into something that's significantly more helpful than probably the last couple of videos we put out.
We're trying. We love you guys, and we want the best for you. We sound like parents.
Now, we don't want to encourage anyone to like go out because you need to stay in.
Stay
I mean,
at home.
This is very serious.
Work on your stores. Work on your stores. Stay home.
Yeah, stay home and work on your store.
But thanks again, guys. I appreciate you being here and working with us. See you guys next time. I'm Ryan Roots.
I'm Ralli Roots, and together we are Ralli Roots.
Peace out, guys. Bye.
Bye.